Thank you, Devavani. Good afternoon to you all. Respected Minister of State for Information and Broadcasting, Government of India in absentia, Honorable Ministers of Government of Odisha, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Mr. Malik, Professor Padi, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Nagraj, Professor Dorkar, Mr. Ravi Mahapatra, former Chief Public Relations Officer of various railways, Professor B.L. Chaudhary of Vishwabharati, Professor Bhattacharya, Manali Bhattacharya, the founder head of the St. Xavier's University, Kolkata, and Professor Alul Alam, the head of the Anna University, distinguished professors, guests, and my dear students. It's a great pleasure and privilege for me, being a practitioner as well as a teacher for over 3.5 decades, to be invited and given the opportunity to share my views in this conclave. This is not for the first time. I have been coming here almost all the conclaves excepting one. I must appreciate Professor Padi and all of you, the organizers, for creating this opportunity. Ladies and gentlemen, after the COVID, we are accustomed with this online conferences. We know that how much attention we give, especially our young students. I'm not going to discuss on that. Now, post-COVID new normal is the hybrid which is being practiced here. It is not only the sessions, it is on the sidelines when we meet and we discuss a lot of things. I think that is the most important takeaway, at least for me. Hearing those deliberations, paper presentations, and the informal discussions on the sidelines are the most important things of any conference, and especially this one. And this opportunity is being created, and I must be congratulating Professor Padi and all others who are behind organizing this. Organizing a conference is not a very easy job. But how much we can take away is up to us, whether we come, be there and go away, or we learn. We learn certain new things on which we ponder. The subject is very well chosen. As you know, you have it in front of you, Digitake, Media and Democracy. The digitization is future, all of us know. And if we try to understand the landscape of media industry today in India, as per the EY report of the FICCI Frames, we know that the growth of rate for digital in India is 14.7 vis-a-vis the growth of traditional media subsectors like print 3.7, TV 3.9 and radio 7.5. So we can understand which is the subsector of the media which is growing. Digital is future. We need to gear up ourselves, not only we, the older ones, especially the younger ones, to prepare ourselves to engage with digital in a very effective manner. Now, are we able to create for the digital media? And the creation means two things. One is the content, another is design. How far we know to prepare our content which is best suited for the digital media, and how far we know that how good we can design in the digital media through various graphics and others like Canova and all others. And in this connection, we cannot leave the audio visual, the AV, how far we are capable of mojo and not only recording but creating and all other things. So this is something which we need to know, and we need to brush our knowledge, and we need to be told about newer issues. And friends, as we understand the future of media industry, we must know the job market where we need to place ourselves. It is the startup in the digital or in the marketing communication or in the event management is the future. So are we able to start or nurture the startup? That is what we are going to think of. And I think this kind of conferences will be able to give us the way. Even if the social media, I'd like to mention before the younger ones that, it is the individuals, the socially important persons, politicians, corporates, and other social bodies. Everyone now requires a social media presence, and they don't have time, they don't have knowledge, they don't have skill. So they require a competent person. So if you open up a startup with your skill and content development, you can have accounts of various corporates, individuals, organizations, even the governments to do their social media. So that is something which you think of. And when we talk about digital media, we must be aware of the AI and ML. These two things we need to learn, we need to practice, barring the edge. I need to do it, you need to do it. How many of us are well conversant in ChatGPT? When we talk about those AI, we must think of the limitation of these AIs and how to master these AIs as per our own convenience and command. That is something, those will remain as an aid, but I need to govern them, I need to use them. That is the mantra of the day. We cannot ignore AI, but we must use it in our favor. We must understand what AI is doing. So those rooms have changed with the implementations of AI. The job market, the job roles are reduced. So we need to be multitasking persons and to be fitting into the new age newsrooms with the AI. But it is the human touch which is very, very important, that whether we are able to command those AIs. Now, when we talk about digital media, we talk about social media, we have discussed about content and design, but the responsibility. It's not that I receive something and I create something and I just send it across these platforms because there is no cost required, there is no medium where I need to be allowed to be present. Now, you see, the digitization has democratized the world. So every individual is a content provider. Now, with this comes the responsibility of each and every citizen. My dear friends, especially my young students, we must take a commitment that before we transmit something, we must know whether it is responsible. So it is social media, mainstream media, digital media, the responsibility does not get reduced. We have to think of. And the end, the democracy. No democracy is effective without a strong, vibrant media. Now, whether media is able to be a strong or not, that is the question. Because media first needs to survive, then to communicate. Now, the media survives with the ad revenues, and through ad revenues, either the corporates and governments try to control. So how, with the reduction of cost and with digital technology, we become self-sufficient so that the freedom of media is continued and established? Because the fact is, if we think that the democracy is not only the mere number that we are in the largest democracy, but if we have to make it useful and effective, we require a strong media. And strong media means mainstream media as well as digital media. And how much we are able to contribute as a citizen to strengthen our democracy, to use media as a platform, is the question. And I think let us try to do it. So with this, all these thought process of all these areas, we must be able to take away a lot of things. All we must have not understood, the proceedings will be circulated, and we have been exposed to newer things which we need to study, like digital media guidelines and the various laws and regulations like that. And I'm happy that a lot of senior professors, those who I have named, and Professor Abhijit Roy, the former head of the Film Studies Department of Jadavpur University, the well-known university, and the former director of the School of Media, Communication and Culture, Professor Abhijit Roy. People like them had come, Professor Fukir Mohan Naik, all over. I do not know many people. But again, before I conclude, I must thank that the practitioners have also given a stage to share, to communicate their plight. And it is the media which needs to be changed with the help of the academics. And this is a subject like medicine and technology that the industry and academia will have to work together to have a better media platform which is very conducive to the democracy. Thank you very much. Bande Utkala Janani. Jai Hind.